Hello and welcome to the Kinetic Knitter podcast. My name is Kara. You can find me at Instagram at the Kinetic Knitter. My shop is on Etsy. Cat's already interrupting. Her name is Lilu. This is regular. If this is your first time here, ouch. Let's see. I am the dyer behind the Kinetic Knitter yarns. This is already a mess. I should start over, but I'm not going to. So this is my 5th episode. I'm still kind of leaning into things and getting used to things. So I'm gonna stop saying that eventually. I think I've said something to that effect every episode as well. So anyhow, I just have a few things to share with you today. I'll talk about a couple of finished objects, some acquisitions of late, and then some yarn project ideas. I think this will be a shorter one. I don't have as much to share, but I wanted to make sure that I got something out there because it's been a few weeks. And then what I'd like to do is be able to share yarn that's coming to the shop and stuff soon, but I'm still working through new colorways and I'm in a development phase, so I don't have a ton of new shop yarn information to share today, so I won't have much of that. But yeah, still hope you enjoy the episode and stick around. I should show my cat. She's sitting in my lap right now. But she's the one that's always going to be disrupting things. This is Lilu. She's purring right now, even though she looks unhappy. She's my little gray tabby, and she likes to be on me or near me at all times. Okay, so apologies for the glasses, for just anything discombobulated today. I have a little bit of a headache. And it's Sunday, and there's just been a lot going on, so I'm a little frazzled, but I'm just learning that I'm always frazzled, so maybe I need to stop making announcements about it. Okay, so let me get my list, because I will surely forget what I'm doing. I'm not wearing anything hand knit today. I just didn't want to. If I'm honest, I just wanted to wear what I'm wearing because this is a little spontaneous, so that's where we're at. All right, I am going to start with finished objects. How about? So I don't think I have finished anything I talked about in previous episodes, so really this is, yeah, these were new things I cast on between episodes, and everything else I was working on I'm still working on, so I'm not even going to show my whips because none of them have made a ton of progress. Actually, I do have one I'll show. I take that back. I have one I'll show. I have to go grab it because of course I forgot to bring it over here. Okay, so I have never dyed a sock blank before, and if you don't know what a sock blank is, it's basically, well, I'll show you. It's a long knit piece of fabric that dyers can dye up, and then you just literally knit from the threads on the sock blank. So here's the thread. It's already started because I've knit a sock with it, which I'll show. But you just pull out the knitting like you would anything you were ripping back. So I dyed it so that it was going to pull in this color gradient, I should say. I kind of wanted to see if it would work like a hand spun yarn. You know how like Spin Cycle, for example, you'll get kind of a gradient of color, a shifting of color, if you will. So I kind of wanted that, and I do think I achieved that, but I learned after knitting this first sock that I want to try to make the blocks of color a little thinner, a little more narrow. So this is my completed vanilla sock, and it turned out very cool. At the toe, I started to get into the final color of the transitions, but I didn't quite get a ton out of it. So I'm debating if I want to have the cuff start at that color and then work backwards so that like the orange comes next and so on, or if I want to repeat the same gradient, because I can, because I still obviously, as you saw, have plenty of yarn left on that sock blank. So yeah, that's the finished sock, and I'm pretty excited about it. Some people would wonder, you know, how does it feel to knit with yarn that's kind of crinkly because it's already been in a knit fabric, you know, how your yarn gets squiggly. So if you can see here, you can tell it's got a little bit of texture to the yarn. I don't know if you can really catch it on camera, but I think once I'll take it off this so you can kind of see better, but I think once I wash it and block it, all of that's going to even out and you're not going to see it anymore. Okay. So let's see if that texture is coming through. I'm not really sure, but it's just a little wiggly, you know, it's not as flat and perfect looking, but once it's on my foot or on the blocker and all that, you can't really tell. So I don't think it will affect the finished product at all. And I flew through this sock. I knit it super quickly. So yeah, I'm excited to experiment with more sock blanks, and I will have a few in the shop soon once I didn't dye up the rest. I have another of this color that I'm showing here, and then I'm gonna hope to create a few more new different types. So yeah, if you like sock blanks and you like to buy them and work with them, please let me know in the comments, because then I will dye more. I will order more of that. I only ordered 5 sock blanks to work from, but it was super fun. It was just so exciting to get to the next color and see how it would work up. Yeah. And then my other finished object has to do with non-superwash yarn that I am working to bring to the shop. I'm currently still testing bases and testing the dye process and how it all works, but I wanted to knit a hat with it, and I asked my friend what of the green, I just dyed a green color, I'll show you in a sec, and which of the green colors she would like, and she told me, so I knit her one with that hat. And so the hat is by Claire of I'll put it all in the notes what it's called. I just really am not prepared today. But here's the hat. It's just a 3x1 rib, and it's a non-superwash DK weight yarn I used. So it's 100% wool, and you know, it's pretty soft and it doesn't bug me at all to the touch. But it's very sturdy. So I feel like I wish I would have done a different close on the top than she suggested. Like I would have done more decreases, because this is kind of bulky. And I'm not gonna put it on because this type of hat, it's like really fitted to my head, and I don't like that look on me. So anyway, non-superwash yarn coming soon, but I need to keep testing and knitting with it and dyeing it, and before I decide exactly which bases I want to carry. So to that end, one of the bases that I've dyed, I actually dyed in this color, but it's much softer than this. Like the micron count is much better, or lower I should say, so it's softer. And I'm just wondering, when you're using non-superwash, I wonder if people really appreciate the slightly rustic feel, or if they really want that superwash soft feel but know that it's non-superwash, you know? So I'm curious, but I'll share more about those types of things soon. I just wanted to show you this finished object since I don't have very many finished objects, and that's one of them. Okay. That closes up finished objects for y'all. Just remember, everything, when you click more on YouTube, all the notes will have what all these projects are, because I'm really bad at remembering things off the cuff. A Fiber Collective, is that Claire who designed the hat? She used to be Autumn and Indigo. She dyed yarn. I don't think she offers hand-dyed yarn anymore, but that's who designed that hat. Okay, I'm gonna switch to acquisitions, because I have the most of those and they're really fun. So the first thing I think I'll talk about, since I was just talking about my own hand-dyed yarn, is a color I just dyed last night. It's a colorway I'm developing called Star-Crossed. I've talked about it before. I made my Jessie Made tank out of it. And I dyed more, but on a DK base. And I think I'm going to make a sweater vest, like a cabled sweater vest out of it, a V-neck vest. I think red is my color. I don't know if this bright of red is my color, but I really do like red for my skin tone. So I think that, yeah, I'm gonna just do it. And if I only end up wearing it on Christmas or Thanksgiving or some kind of festive holiday, then I only end up wearing it once a year, but I feel like it'll be a fun piece to have in my wardrobe. I've wanted to make a vest for a while, and so I'm excited to try this. That said, I went to a new local shop. I think I talked about it on here before, called Dandelion Fiber Company, and I was looking for a DK weight I could use to make a different vest, and I picked up some yarn yesterday for that as well. So I might have lots of vests on the needles, but I'll show you that acquisition next. So here's the company, Dandelion Fiber Co. And inside the bag is the yarn I chose. And this is just such a me color. It's, I don't know how you say it, Sadness Garn. And it's the colorway Burnt Orange 3355. So it's got alpaca in it, and I think that it's gonna be very drapey and flowy. And the vest I was looking at initially is very flowy, but I realized it hasn't been released yet. So I can't even start this yet, which is what prompted me to dye the red yarn. Chew! Chew! Excuse me. So yeah, I'll be hanging on to this until that pattern is released, and I'll tell you all the information on that pattern once it actually is released so that I start knitting it. But that's what this yarn will be. I also did, through Claire's Fiber Collective, her gift exchange or yarn swap. And so I just exchanged packages with my partner in the last week or so, and she sent me some gorgeous yarn. She sent me Woolberry Fiber Co. their Berry Tweed sock set in the colorway Winter's Walk. So that's really fun. And then she also sent me a dyer I haven't heard of before called Fangirl Hand Dyed Yarn. It's the colorway Raising Boys, I think. I think that's what it is called. But the label is here. So yeah, this feels like a very autumnal or holiday-esque tone. It like reminds me of flannel and picnics in the fall and bonfires and all those things. So anyway, that's that. So that's really exciting. She sent a lot of other goodies with that too, but I won't show all of those, but lots of fun goodies in there. It was a really generous gift, and I was super excited to open it. There was like tea and coffee and a pin and like a project bag and a little notebook and some chocolate. So a lot of really, really nice, generous things. So I was really excited to get that. If you haven't done a fiber exchange yet of some kind, I would definitely recommend it. It's like the most fun to open a package from a stranger and make a new friend and see what kind of stuff they pick out for you. So highly recommend. I'm flying through this. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Okay. Another acquisition. I think last time I talked about this, I am an affiliate with Twice Sheared Sheep, and they offer a lot of really amazing knitting and crochet tools. And so I went on their site because I've been wanting their sock ruler for a long time, and they're back in stock. And so I got myself one, and this is, I don't know, it's focusing. This is in the lavender color, purple. It's just a light purple. And so it's got, gosh, I'm so sorry that you can't really see it, but it's got like a ruler on it on the back, and then on the with the instructions of how to do it. You place your sock ruler with the arrow and snug it against the heel or toe of your sock and knit until you reach the line for your desired size, and then you begin your heel or toe, whichever style of sock you're doing. And so then it's got like women's and men's sizes indicated on here so that you know, oh my goodness, what you're, it's just not going to focus, and I'm very sorry, but you can, there's a link down below, my affiliate link. It'll take you right to their shop so you can look at all the stuff they have to offer. But what I also think is really fun about this is if you're a kid of the 90s like me, 80s, 90s, it's a slap bracelet, so you can, when you're using it, and maybe you need to measure a few times, just put it on your wrist, wear it till you're done using it, and then you can just pull it off. There it is. And then when you're done, it rolls up into this tiny ball, and yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. And then I also got a big pom because I don't have any more on hand, and I have some super bulky yarn that I wanted to use it for. In fact, I have a finished hat here. This wasn't part of the plan. This just happened to be right beside me. But I did a collaboration with Emily of Woolly Bear Knits, and I hand dyed some mega bulky skeins for her. And then this is actually one of her patterns, which I don't remember the name of because this is spontaneous, but I'll put it in the notes below. And I think this would be a really cute pom on top of this hat. So that's what I got it for. But they have other colors too. I think there were like 5 or 6 colors to choose from. So if you're looking for a nice big fluffy pom that is detachable with these little ribbons here, that's a great option. And this is a one-of-a-kind colorway. I don't offer it in the shop. I will have a few more mega bulky skeins to dye up because I still have some in my stash, but once those are gone, that's it. I am not going to be regularly carrying that base because it's really a labor of love to dye it, and I just don't find it as enjoyable to dye as I find dyeing my normal bases that I usually work with. So I'm sorry to say that was kind of a one-time deal. Okay, breath. Let me look at my list here. I think that was it for that, but I was going to also show you one more whip. So BRB. Okay, this bag, by the way, is by Shop Knitting Nelly, and it's just a really beautiful handmade, hand quilted bag, project bag, and you can see her logo here. Her project bags tend to go really fast, so if you would like a quilted project bag like this, I would definitely recommend following her on Instagram so you can get her updates for when she'll have new ones in stock so you can be ready to buy yours. So I am making I'm actually gonna look this one up because I'm very annoyed with myself that I don't have this written down. I was supposed to write all this down before I started, and then I got frazzled. Oh, it's called the Rad Plaid Cowl. So the reason I struggle with that is because this is the tessellated sweater pattern, but she made the cowl first and called it the Rad Plaid Cowl. So, oh my goodness, Lilu, get down, get down. So that's why I couldn't remember the name because I kept thinking tessellated, but this is technically called the Rad Plaid Cowl, and it's mosaic knitting. You can see here, it's actually 3 different yarns, but it's kind of hard to see because 2 of them are the same color. But I am using a Surrey alpaca. I'll show you in the actual cake here. And the main color is like a Stella yarn by Farmer's Daughter Fibres. I got it in a kit they had a while ago, like a shawl kit, and I finally found a project that I wanted to use it for. Obviously it's not a shawl, but yeah, so these are the same color, and so they show up very closely in the project, but it just gives it that nice Surrey alpaca halo and the softness. And then the accent color I'm using, this calls for a spin cycle, so you get kind of that color shift, but I decided to use Explorer Knits and Fibres, one of the colors from her Ireland collection. I think it's Kilearny National Park. Anybody? There we go. And I love this colorway. I got 3 skeins of it, so I think I'll make a pair of socks with what I have left from this, and then with the other 2 skeins, I'm not sure, like maybe part of a shawl or something. This colorway, I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it. Like there is like a mauvey pink, and there's like this evergreen and this olive color and a really beautiful like golden color and like a cream color. Like there are so many colors in here. Now that the sun's kind of reflecting, I'll bring it back. And I'm sure you've seen it because Allie does the best stuff with her colorways. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And I'm a little sad that it, you know, you don't really see in here, it doesn't shine. You know, the colorway doesn't get to shine in this. I think it's a great compliment. I think greens and pinky reds, obviously they're complementary and they go together, but yeah, I want to do another project that really makes this yarn shine. So that is my whip, and I am enjoying it, but I will say it is the slowest growing pattern ever. Oops, I just dropped a stitch. Let me fix that. Oh no. Okay, all better. But I put this marker on here like 3 days ago, and that's all the progress I've made. I don't knit it constantly, but it is slow, and this is all the further I've gotten. So I have a long way to go. So this one I'm just kind of gonna pick up when I'm in the mood for a slow moving project. Yeah, I don't know. I hope I stay with it because I do want the finished object. It's not my favorite thing to work on. And then I have one more acquisition. I just did things really out of order. I know you'll forgive me. But Hello Stella Fibres, Hello Stella Fibres out of Canada. She switched from using superwash bases. Her name is Lindsay. She stopped using superwash a year or 2 ago. I'm not sure exactly how long. And I've been wanting to try her non-superwash ever since she switched to exclusively non-superwash. So I finally snagged a sock set from her in her Highland wool base. It's a Highland wool sock set, 100% Highland wool, 430 yards. And this one is called Twilight Garden. And it's like a really rich, deep teal with this lovely mossy green mini. And you definitely can feel that it's rustic, but like on feet, it's going to be amazing. They're gonna be so woolly and wonderful. So I'm excited to knit some socks with this. Very excited. And it also just inspires me to keep learning more about non-superwash and keep trying to dye it, because it really is awesome to not have that treatment done to it and to see it in its most natural state. So I love that. And I don't know when I'll cast these on, but I would like to do like a simple textured sock just to have something more than a vanilla sock with this, since it's a solid tonal color. Yeah, that is all I have as far as, oh, I forgot one thing. This pin from Twill and Print, it's a hard enamel pin. It says Hello Beautiful. It came with the Hello Stella yarn, which was unexpected. I did not buy this, so that was a nice surprise when this arrived. Yeah, and Twill and Print, I'm pretty sure you can just buy from them directly as well. I have purchased things like a row counter from them before, and I love their stuff, so check them out as well. So many brands and companies to share today. I love supporting other makers and small businesses. I've probably said this before, but I just think this is such an amazing community of people who all like to work together and promote each other and use each other's stuff. I think that's really amazing about the knitting community and crochet community, that we all just really enjoy using each other's things and supporting each other. It's so wonderful. It just warms my heart. And then one totally non-knitting related item I got in the mail is this camera from 1981. It's It's a Canon AE1 program, and I am so excited to experiment with it. I took photography in high school on a film SLR, and so I'm excited to like have a more vintage version of an SLR and try it out. So I just took a few of my first photos on it today after doing a little research on it yesterday to see how it all works. So I'm gonna keep playing with that and practicing and learning, and hopefully add that to my list of hobbies is film photography, because I've been doing DSLR digital photography since I was 30, so 11 years, but I think it'd be really fun to incorporate film back into that, since that's how I originally learned photography. And then, yeah, that's kind of all the yarny and yarn acquisitions and projects and all the stuff like that. And so now I will show you that I picked up 3 books at Target. They were having a buy 2 get 1 sale this Friday when I went shopping. I don't have them all. I am literally right next to my bookshelf, but I don't have them all right next to me. But I've learned that I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I bought the book One True Loves, and I started it, and I have already made a good deal of progress. It's about a woman who marries her high school sweetheart, the person she fell in love with in high school, and then he disappears and is thought to be dead from like a plane crash or helicopter crash or something, and then she reconnects with a different friend from high school and they start dating, and then a couple of years later the initial husband that she married reappears. He has been alive all this time, and so, I mean, this isn't giving anything away. This is all the plot of the book. So now I'm just getting to the part where they find out he's alive. So I'm very excited to finish this. And I had to go to the DMV to renew my license, and I read a ton of this because there were like 50 people ahead of me. I'm not exaggerating. So yeah, it was a great reading time for me, and knitting time, but I didn't knit. I just read. This book really grabbed my interest. So if you're looking for a page turner that's a quick read, definitely recommend, because I just did that on Friday and I'm already like 150 pages in. That said, you'll probably wonder, did I finish Lessons in Chemistry? And no, I did not. I picked that one up and it just went. So I really like Lessons in Chemistry, but it's not a page turner like that one is. So I'm wondering if I'll pick it up and finish it, or if I'll just jump straight to the TV show. We'll see. Speaking of, that book also came out as a movie, and it just released on Hulu yesterday, I think, which is hilarious because of course I just bought the book and started it. So at least I'm into the book, so I know I'll finish that before I watch the movie. And to be honest, I watched the preview and the acting looks a little questionable, so I'm sure the book will be much better than the movie, like it usually is, but I'm excited to find out. So that is pretty much everything that I have to share. Cat's back. She's right there meowing. I think I like pushed this or something. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my really scrambled all over the place episode. I just wanted to make sure I recorded something because I don't know when I'll be able to record next. I don't have any days off next week and everything's a little busy right now. So anyway, I hope you're having a great week wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you soon.